Hello, welcome to PopCon Slimes. My name is Michelle, and today I will be doing a much requested review of Momo slimes. This slime shop is well known for their DIY clay slimes, and well, I'll just say that you should watch the entire video to get my full experience and opinion on this shop. So without further ado, let's get into unboxing. I ordered a total of 4 slimes, and it took about 10 days for my package to arrive. All of my slimes were beautifully bubble wrapped with their included add-ins or DIYs, which I love because I am a klutz and I often mix up the add-ins, so this was nice to see. The bubble wrap was not excessive, however they did use packing peanuts and I do not think these were the recyclable kind, so I'd like to see a more earth-friendly packaging in the future if possible. Other than that, everything was great and arrived wonderfully. I got a slime care card, and some of my DIY clays even came in a deli container and an extra shatterproof slime jar, which is so nice because there's gonna be expected overflow with DIY slimes. I also got borax and the cutest tiny mini baby gummy bears, which were my favorite. I might have eaten them all in one bite, but they were so cute. So my idea was to order all of these fall themed / dessert themed slimes, basically any slime that reminded me of November and Thanksgiving. So this is a rough theme, but bear with me because these are the ones that I ordered. So first up is brown sugar bubble tea. This slime is a thick and glossy with a clear boba tea add-in on top. As you can see, this base was so thick. I loved the milky color. It kind of reminded me of cream that you can put in tea, and it was just so thick. The pokes were amazing and the gloss was beautiful. The base of this slime was scented and it smelled amazing. To me, it smelled like brown sugar mixed with cream. It definitely had a brown sugar tea vibe going for it, and it was so delicious. I was really impressed with the scent as well because it was not overpowering, yet it was still there, very fragrant, and definitely was there as you played. I believe this might have been a glue-all base as it was pretty matte as I stretched it, but then it glossed right back up. So like I said, this base was really thick and some of the poles did rip, but I knew that I was going to add in another element to this slime, so that didn't bother me so much while I was just playing with the base. This slime also came with a brown tinted clear slime that had some bubble beads inside to make this bubble tea. The clear slime on its own was really nice. It wasn't tacky and it drizzled beautifully. The only thing I wish I would have had more of is a couple more of these bubbles inside to really make the tea and the bubble tea come through because they do get lost when you mix. I don't know if you guys can see, but this mixing process was beautiful. The contrast of the colors looked like cream melting into coffee or tea, and it was so pretty. This slime mixed into a beautiful light latte brown color that stretched so nicely. The clear slime incorporated beautifully with that thick and glossy, and there was no longer any of that ripping when I would stretch. It was the perfect consistency. I love when shops think about the final product of a slime because when you mix everything together, it can change the texture, and this was obviously thought about in this slime. Again, the scent was so good. I loved it. I got amazing bubble pops from this slime, and I was just super impressed right off the bat. The texture was amazing, the mixing experience was 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed the smell and the final product. My only concern was that I would like to see just a few more of those bubble beads because they do get lost in the slime. So for those reasons, I'm giving this slime 4.5 out of 5 popcorns. The next slime I ordered was Cookie Bear Latte. This is a DIY clay slime that is scented so good. I can't even describe it. It smells like cookie dough and Starbucks mixed together, and I'm in love. Like if I were to open a jar of cookie dough and sit inside Starbucks, that's what this smells like, and it's so good, I can't explain it. I was also really fond of this cool latte color that was colored for the base. I thought it was really pretty and definitely reminded me of a latte. At the bottom of this slime, there were also little cookie crumble bits, which also gave me some Starbucks vibes because they looked like the little crumbles that they put on the mocha cookie crumble, and I thought they were so fitting. So this base was another thick and glossy, however it was not as thick as the first base, which was totally okay because I knew I was going to add clay to it, but it was still so fun to poke and very glossy. Like I said before, this was a DIY clay slime. It came with these cute little cookie Fimo slices, which I thought were just adorable and reminded me of Chips Ahoy. So cute. It also came with this beautifully made clay bear. His ear was a little dented, but the clay was so soft I was able to fix that right up. So again, I'm trying to be cute like Momo does. So it came with the bear and this cute little Hershey's chocolate wedge. And when you put it together, it was just adorable. I did squish his face because like I said, I'm clumsy, but I drew him a smile, so okay. I was like so hesitant to squish it because it was so cute, but oh my gosh, when I squished that clay, it was the softest clay I've ever felt in my entire life. This clay felt so good. Mixing this slime might have been one of the most satisfying things I've done all year. Because the clay was so soft, it did mix quickly, but I was still able to feel it mix in as it incorporated, so it wasn't like just gone. As you stretch it, it turns into this beautiful honey golden light latte color, kind of reminded me of Teddy Grahams, and it was so pretty. So like, I get it. I really get it because this clay slime is fantastic. Even as I started mixing it in, I could tell this was going to be amazing. It was so nice and thick to start and then just got really chubby and beautiful. It stretched amazing. There was no tears and I was in love. This slime was able to get so inflated and so chubby and puffy. It gave the best pokes, and I was, like I said, I was in love. I don't have another word for it. I was able to inflate this slime at least double its size, and it got so poofy and so chubby, yet so sizzly, and I freaking loved it. Additionally, I'll let you know that after I let it sit, all the bubbles rised pretty quickly, so it did deflate in a reasonable amount of time, and then left all the tiny bubbles on the top of the jar, so you get a little bit of ASMR pokes before you play with it again. I bet you guys already know what's coming, but this slime is getting 5 out of 5 popcorns. Next up is Autumn Crystal. This was also a DIY slime that came with this beautiful golden base and then this reddish orange mixed beanso bead topping. There was a little bit of leakage on the extra beanso bead slime, but that was totally okay. It happens, and since everything was wrapped individually, it didn't ruin anything. This slime was so packed full that when it was sealed, there was some slime stuck in the creases, so I did take off those crusties. The camera and the lighting I have do not do this color justice. This looks like golden honey, and it is so pretty. The clarity is also amazing. Look at me stick my finger in and you can just, I love clear slime like that. Beautiful. The textured bits on top are actually tiny little crystally like plastic pieces. They're not beanso beads. And they're not really slushy beads either. They're these very unique crystals, which I guess is suiting for the name. So like I said, this slime also came with some beanso bead slime. This slime did explode a little bit more, so I did have to clear the crusties, but everything else inside was fine. And as I mentioned before, it didn't ruin any of the other slimes. So this was a two-tone beanso bead slime. There was red on top and this orange on the bottom. I really liked the texture of this. It was packed enough, but not too full. And when I took it out, it literally looked like I was holding a fire. Lastly, this slime came with some glitter leaves and a fall leaf charm. So I thought I was in love with the clay mixing experience, but this slime takes the cake for the color blend experience. I was like so in my element. This just reminded me of September and October, of fall so much. And I didn't really want to mix the colors, but as I did, it began to look more and more like a pile of raked leaves, and I was obsessed. The sounds of fall are so nice and crisp, and this slime gives that out. I should mention that this slime was scented like apple and raw honey, and it was super perfect. It was a really unique smell that I was not expecting for fall. Usually you get apple or kind of like a cozy cinnamon feel, but this one was really fresh and reminded me of a autumn's day with the leaves falling and the nice 65-degree weather. It was so good. If you have not guessed already, I liked this slime. So, for all the reasons I said before, the smell, the color, the aesthetic, it is getting 5 out of 5 popcorns. The last slime I ordered was called Apple Cream Waffle. This base was colored like the first base I played with as well, however it was not as thick, there was more of a drizzle and it was scented so nicely. This smells just like fresh baked apples and heavy whipping cream. It smells so good. Like, I don't understand how they are nailing these scents, especially with the food ones. It's kind of scary how realistic and how good they are. So I really did like this base. It was a nice, thick and glossy, nothing super special besides the smell, so I went ahead and assembled it as it was to be assembled. So this DIY came with this cute clay handmade waffle, and let me just say, whoever painted this has color theory like nailed, because if you look at the bottom, it's a yellow clay, but this painting on top makes it look so realistic. Great job. I think this is such an art and I loved it. Additionally, this slime also came with some clay whipped topping and some apple drizzle. The apple drizzle was a clear slime scented just like apple filling. It smelled so good. Had these cute little half apple phemos that I've been getting in a lot of my fall slimes and I love, and some apple jelly cubes. I really liked the jelly cubes because they looked just like apple pie filling. At this point, you guys know that I'm not really cute, so the assemblies are what they are. Don't bash me in the comments. I'm trying my best. So, like, I seriously wanted to eat this after it was assembled. It smelled edible. Don't eat it. It's slime. Never eat slime. But it smelled edible and it looked edible, and I was blown away. I didn't know where to start because it was so pretty, so I just dug in. Again, this clay was the softest thing I've ever felt in my entire life. It felt like a cloud. I don't understand how this clay is so soft. It was so easy to fold into the slime base and it just melted in perfectly. When I took the base out, I noticed there was also some glitters on the bottom that looked like cinnamon sprinkles, and so adorable. Just like the other DIY, mixing this one was so fun, but there was an added element of fun because of the clear slime and the jelly cubes that were inside, so it really made for a cool textured mixing experience. So again, I'm like, whoa, I get it. This is one of the coolest DIY clays I've ever played with. It stretches so amazingly. It drizzles almost like a sleigh slime, but it fluffs up like a clay or cloud slime. The scent continued to be amazing. It actually scented up the entire room, so it is a little bit on the strong side, but it just smelled so good I didn't even care. I was able to find one of the jelly cubes, and these jelly cubes blew me away. I thought they might have been plastic or Firmasoft when I first touched them, but they weren't. I think they were soaked in the clear. I'm not really sure, but they were kind of harder to press than regular foams, but I was able to press them and get the pops, and they did eventually break up. Like I said before, just what? Like, this slime got so chubby and so stretchy, and I, like, didn't know what to do. I was so stunned. The inflation on this slime was absolutely amazing. It did get a little bit tacky at one point. I think that is because of the clear slime that was added in, so I did activate it just a tiny bit so that I could keep playing with it. So Momo slimes, clays, and DIYs are a little bit more expensive for slime. However, I think they are completely worth it, especially this one. I felt like I got a lot of different types of play out of it and that I got so much slime for the price. Like I said before, this was such a fun experience. The smell was amazing. It made my mouth water. Like if I open the jar now, feel like I'm at a diner with an apple pancake waffle in front of me. It is delicious. I wasn't a huge fan of the end color, and as a psychology major, yellow is actually a hit or miss color with most people. They either love it or hate it, and there's certain reasons why. I won't get into it. If you want to know, drop me a comment below and I will tell you more about the psychology behind the color yellow. Anyways, I'm not taking off points for the color because it just was super fluffy and kind of reminded me of like a creme brulee at the end. So for all of those reasons, this slime is going to get, you guessed it, 5 out of 5 popcorns. So this shop did one thing that has not happened to me before, and it took my words away. I am at a loss of words for how much I enjoyed this shop. I understand why. Like, guys, I get it. I'm in the Momo club now. Like, I understand. There are not any other DIY clay slimes like this that I've tried. I don't know what kind of magic clay or magic glue they use, but it is so perfect. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about Momo slimes in the comments and if you are enjoying this autumn fall themed specials. I hope you kernels are staying nice and cozy this fall. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram for daily content, and I will see you in the next one.